how the City of Angels was born. The untold story of Los Angeles. Los Angeles, the City of Angels, a place of fame, fortune, and bumper-to-bumper traffic. But here's something you probably don't know. LA almost never existed. This global megacity started with just 44 settlers, and a name so long it could fill an entire tweet. From indigenous tribes, Spanish priests, Mexican ranchers, Wild West shootouts, oil barons, and Hollywood dreamers. This is the shocking, untold story of how Los Angeles was born. Before the freeways, before the movie stars, before California was even California, this land was home to the Tongva people. The Tongva built villages along the Los Angeles River. They fished from the streams, grew corn and beans, and thrived in the same warm sun we love today. Here's a fact that'll blow your mind. Archaeologists believe the Tongva had trade routes stretching hundreds of miles. They built plank canoes, called teats, and paddled all the way to the Channel Islands. For thousands of years, this was their world. Until 1769, when a group of Spanish explorers arrived. Imagine it. Priests in long robes, soldiers in heavy armor, cattle herds kicking up dust, walking the same ground where Dodger Stadium stands today. They saw a fertile valley and wrote about it. That single description sparked everything that came next. In 1781, 44 settlers founded a small pueblo here. And the name? Brace yourself. El Pueblo de Nuestra Señora la Reina de Los Ángeles de Porciúncula. That's where the City of Angels comes from. And these settlers weren't elites. They were farmers, soldiers, indigenous people, Africans, and mestizo families. LA was multicultural from the very beginning. The settlement was tiny, just a few adobe houses, a church, a plaza, but it was the seed of something huge. When Mexico won independence in 1821, Los Angeles switched flags. Suddenly, it was a Mexican town. Life here revolved around cattle. Huge ranchos stretched for miles, and vaqueros, the original cowboys, ruled the land. And here's a fun twist. Beverly Hills, today it's mansions and Ferraris. Back then, it was a bean farm. No rodeo drive, no movie stars, just beans. But history turned again. The Mexican-American War ended in 1848, and Los Angeles became American almost overnight. Another flag, another identity shift. Now, let's talk about the 1850s. You think LA is wild today? Back then, it was literally the Wild West. Los Angeles had one of the highest murder rates in the nation. Shootouts in the streets, vigilantes dragging criminals out of jail cells. Newspapers called it the most lawless frontier town in America. And here's a dark chapter that's often erased. In 1871, a mob stormed into Chinatown and killed nearly 20 Chinese immigrants in what's now called the Chinese Massacre of 1871. It remains one of the worst racial massacres in U.S. history, but most people have never heard of it. Yet, in the middle of all this chaos, something started to change. The railroads arrived. Suddenly, glossy ads spread across the country. Come to Los Angeles, land of sunshine and oranges. And people listened. Thousands packed up and moved west. Now, the boom really begins. Here's the part nobody tells you. Los Angeles sat on a hidden treasure: oil. In the early 1900s, LA was one of the largest oil producers on Earth. By 1905, nearly a quarter of the world's oil came out of Los Angeles. At one point, you could see oil rigs right in the middle of residential neighborhoods. Some still exist today, hidden behind fake office buildings and shopping centers. But oil wasn't the only thing fueling the city's rise. The real game changer was Hollywood. In 1910, Hollywood merged with Los Angeles. Filmmakers fled the East Coast to escape strict patent laws and set up shop here. Cheap land, year-round sunshine, mountains, deserts, beaches, LA had it all. And here's a viral trivia bomb, the famous Hollywood sign. It originally read Hollywoodland. It wasn't about movies, it was an advertisement for a new housing development. By the 1920s, Los Angeles wasn't just a city anymore. It was the global capital of entertainment. But here's the catch. Los Angeles should not exist. This is a desert. Millions of people can't live here without water. So the city pulled off one of the most controversial engineering feats in U.S. history, the Los Angeles Aqueduct. They diverted water from Owens Valley over 200 miles away. Some called it genius, others called it theft. Farmers in Owens Valley were ruined, sparking the so-called California Water Wars. It was dirty politics, but it worked. The population skyrocketed. And Los Angeles kept reinventing itself in bizarre ways. Did you know the U.S. Army once tested camels in Los Angeles? In the 1850s, they imported camels from the Middle East to see if they could replace horses in the desert. Imagine camels strolling through LA. It happened. Or that Walt Disney built his first studio here in 1923, renting a tiny office that cost him just $10 a month. That little building became the foundation of a multi-billion-dollar empire. Even sports shaped LA's identity. When the Dodgers moved here from Brooklyn in 1958, they weren't just bringing baseball, they were announcing that Los Angeles had become a true American powerhouse. From 44 settlers in 1781 to nearly 4 million people today, Los Angeles is a global giant, the entertainment capital of the world, home to innovation, diversity, and endless reinvention. But under the palm trees and movie sets is a history built on struggle, ambition, and survival. The City of Angels was never inevitable. It was fought for, stolen, dreamed up, and reimagined again and again. So next time you're stuck on the 405, remember, this whole city started with 44 settlers, a bean farm, and yes, even a few camels. If you learned something new, smash that like button, share this video with a friend, and subscribe for more crazy history stories. This was the untold story of Los Angeles, the City of Angels.